Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Sri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Before we go to the first chapter of Sri Krishnaleela, we thought we would read the cosmic play. With that background, we will travel with the writer. Why does the Brahman, the immutable, the eternal, the ineffable, manifest himself? Why and how does this non-dual become dual? Advaita proclaims that duality is only an illusion. All is Maya. Brahman alone exists. He alone is Nitya. All else is Mithya. Once he is realized, the world of dualities will cease to exist. The Puranas, however, give a sweeter explanation. Lord Narayana is the Supreme Person, equivalent to Brahman, and this creation is his Leela, his play, the cosmic game. He is pictured as lying on his serpent couch, with his consort Lakshmi sitting at his feet, with eyes half closed, immersed in bliss. From this abode of peace, he decides to incarnate himself in order to enjoy his own creation.
he takes on many incarnations, but his incarnation as Krishna is the exciting climax. A burst of joyful laughter, as it were, exploring the frailties and beauties of his own creation, admiring its grandeur, plumbing the heights and depth of its meaning, sometimes flouting his own laws, sometimes obeying him, for he is the Purushottama, the Supreme Being, who possesses both the immutable unity and the mobile multiplicity. The Supreme Being who possesses both the immutable unity and the mobile multiplicity. Lord Narayana is Satchidanand, existent knowledge, bliss, and his incarnation as Krishna is the expression of his Ananda or bliss. Because of it, all creation is possible, because of his play, his delight, his sweetness. Krishna is the incarnate divinity of love. He is the essence of the love of the divine, for the divine, He is the essence of the love of the divine, for Jiva is also divine. And only the divine is capable of loving the divine with a love which is also divine. Krishna is the supreme, eternal, infinite, immortal self. Self-issuing, self-manifesting, self-finding, self-play. The blue boy of Vrindavan is the Lord descended into the world to play for the divine Ananda. The chord of his flute seeks to transform the lower ignorant play of mortal life into this divine Ananda. Those who are deaf to this enchanting chord of love may be forced to listen to the crack of the whip of Kurukshetra. But to the seer, that is only another aspect of his love. If he appears to break the established human molds, it is only in order to create new molds from the higher planes, and for this he has to shock the sleeping mind of man in order to change, in order to liberate, in order to divinize it. He is perfect love, perfect beauty, giving rise to perfect delight, the complete revelation of Satchidananda in a mortal frame. If this is Krishna, then what about the Jivas? Why and how did they manifest? Are they not divine and therefore part of the game? Why then do they not realize that it is a game? Why do they have to suffer and sin and laugh and cry? Why does the beggar not realize that he is in truth the divinity clothed in tatters? The Puranas declare that the whole of life is indeed the Leela of the Lord, in which he himself is the hero and the villain, the actor and the audience, the director and the producer, the song and the silence, and even the very stage on which the drama is enacted. The Puranas declare that the whole of life is indeed the Leela of the Lord, in which he himself is the hero and the villain, the actor and the audience, the director and producer, the song and the silence, and even the very stage on which the drama is enacted. It is by a large mobility of his prakriti, his energy, his will, his power, that he manifests himself in all this multiplicity. But then the question arises as to why he allows himself to get caught in the web of his own creation. Can the spider be trapped in its own web? The explanation is simple. The best actors are those who can completely immerse their private lives in the personality of the character they are portraying. So also in the cosmic drama, the supreme actor has to forget his true nature, allow himself to be caught in the web of his own Maya, if he is to complete and satisfyingly enact the different roles. He becomes the king on the throne, the beggar on the street, the murderer about to be hung, the victim dying in a pool of blood, as well as the judge pronouncing judgment in the court. He is the mono actor, the sole enjoyer, the only experiencer, oblivious of his divine origin, submerged in the role. He is praying, laughing, crying, dancing, singing, living, dying. The avatar comes in order to free the jiva from this complicated web of divine origin and enable it to realize its own nature. Fortunate are they who happen to catch the lilting strains of his sweet music emanating from his magic flute. For them, the mundane world ceases to charm, and like the gopis of Vrindavan, they run in rapture to that enchanter in the forest, forgetting everything, spellbound by the form of that Lord, to love and beauty, Shyama Sundara, Manamohana, Vanamali. Advaita seeks for that indefinable existence beyond personalities, but the devotee of Krishna sees in him the indefinable personality. By adoring him and union with him, the jiva can come to enjoy its own divine status. This is the promise made by him to Uddhava and Arjuna. Only then does the beggar realize that he was in truth the king who had taken the role of a mendicant. Then the cosmic drama comes to a close, the curtain falls, the actor, director, audience remains in blissful, enraptured consciousness of himself as Satchidanand. This is the cosmic play, Sri Krishnaleela, inexplicable, tantalizing, adorable. Saharpanam at the lotus feet of Vanamali, the producer, director of the whole drama. Should I read this once more? Because before we enter into the Puranic story, if we are well rooted about the Krishna consciousness in us, it will help us a lot. Though she has put it on the last page, it is worth reading every time, so that every time when we go with the Leela of the Lord, we know it is the Leela of the Lord. And we know that it affects every one of us, because he is the self within us. Why does the Brahman, the immutable, the eternal, the ineffable, manifest himself? Why and how does the non-dual become dual? Advaita proclaims that duality is only an illusion. All is Maya. Brahman alone exists. He alone is Nitya. All else is Mithya. Once he is realized, the world of duality will cease to exist. The Puranas, however, give a sweeter explanation. Lord Narayana is the Supreme Person, equivalent to Brahman, and this creation is his Leela, his play, the cosmic game. He is pictured as lying on his serpent couch, with his consort Lakshmi sitting at his feet, with eyes half closed, immersed in bliss. From the abode of peace, he decides to incarnate himself in order to enjoy his own creation. He takes on so many incarnations, but his incarnation as Krishna is the exciting climax. A burst of joyful laughter, as it were, exploring the frailties and beauties of his own creation, admiring its grandeur, plumbing the heights and depth of its meaning, sometimes flouting his own laws, sometimes obeying it, for he is the Purushottama, the Supreme Being who possesses both the immutable unity and the mobile multiplicity. It's a beautiful word now. It will answer many of our doubts. The Supreme Being who possesses both the immutable unity, the static aspect, and the mobile multiplicity, the dynamic aspect. Lord Narayana is Satchidanand, existence, knowledge, bliss, and his incarnation as Krishna is the expression of his Ananda or bliss. Because of it, all creation is possible. Because of his play, because of his delight, because of his sweetness. Krishna is the incarnate divinity of love. He is the essence of the love of the divine. For the divine, for the Jiva is also divine. And only the divine is capable of loving the divine with a love which is also divine. Krishna is the supreme, eternal, infinite, immortal self. Krishna is the supreme, eternal, infinite, immortal self-play, self-issuing, self-manifesting, self-finding. The blue boy of Vrindavan is the Lord, descended into the world to play from the divine Ananda. The chord of his flute seeks to transform the lower, ignorant play of mortal life into this divine Ananda. His flute seeks to transform the lower, ignorant play of mortal life into this divine Ananda. Those who are deaf to this enchanting call of love may be forced to listen to the crack of a whip for Krikshetra, but to the seer, that is only another aspect of his love. If he appears to break the established human molds, it is only in order to create new molds from the higher planes, and for this he has to shock the sleeping mind of man in order to change, liberate, divinize it. He is perfect love, perfect beauty, giving rise to perfect delight. The complete revelation of Satchidananda in a mortal frame. If this is Krishna, then what about the Jivas? Why and how did they manifest? Are they not divine and therefore part of the game? Why then do they not realize that it is a game? The question which arises in all our mind, Why do they have to suffer and sin and laugh and cry? Why does the beggar not realize that he is in truth the divinity clothed in tatters? The Puranas declare that the whole of life is indeed the Leela of the Lord, in which he himself is the hero and the villain, the actor and the audience, the director and producer, the song and silence, even the very stage on which the drama is enacted. The Puranas declare that the whole of life is indeed the Leela of the Lord, in which he himself is the hero and the villain, the actor and the audience, the director and the producer, the song and the silence, and even the very stage on which the drama is enacted. It is by a large mobility of his prakriti, his energy, his will, his power, that he manifests himself in all this multiplicity. But then the question arises as to why he allows himself to get caught in the web of his own creation. Can the spider be trapped in its own web? The explanation is simple. The best actors are those who can completely immerse their private lives in the personality of the character they are portraying. So also in the cosmic drama, the supreme actor has to forget his true nature and allows himself to be caught in the web of his own Maya, if he is to completely and satisfyingly enact the different roles. He becomes the king on the throne, the beggar on the street, the murderer about to be hung, the victim lying in a pool of blood, as well as the judge pronouncing judgment in the court. He is the mono actor, the sole enjoyer, the only experiencer, oblivious of his divine origin, submerged in the role. The role he is playing, laughing, crying, dancing, singing, living and dying. The avatar comes in order to free the jiva from this complicated web of divine origin and enable it to realize its own nature. Fortunate are they who happen to catch the lilting strains of his sweet music emanating from his magic throat. For them, the mundane world ceases to charm, and like the gopis of Vrindavan, they run in rapture to the enchanter in the forest, forgetting everything, spellbound by the form of the Lord to love and beauty. Shyama Sundara Manamohana Vanamali. Advaita seeks for that indefinable existence beyond personalities, but the devotee of Krishna sees in him that indefinable personality. By adoring him and union with him, the jiva can come to enjoy his own divine status. This is the promise made by him to Uddhava and Arjuna. Only then does the beggar realize that he was in truth the king who had taken on the role of a mendicant. Then the cosmic drama comes to a close, the curtain falls, the actor, director, audience remains in a blissful, enraptured consciousness of himself as Satchidanand. This is the cosmic play, Sri Krishnaleela, inexplicable, tantalizing, adorable. Samarpanam at the lotus feet of Vanamali, the producer and director of the whole drama. We will have the bhajan. Manare Parasa Hari Ke Charan. O mind, lovingly touch the deliverer's lotus feet. Mera bhajans, all these are Mera bhajans. Sacred, soothing, soft as the lotus feet, as the lotus are in these feet, that relieve one of all agonies. Meditating upon his feet, Prahlad attained the position of Lord Indra. Taking refuge at his feet, Dhruva was ever protected. By these feet was tamed the serpent Kaliya, who was threatening the cowherd. Such are the kind feet that held atop Mount Govardhan, humbled the proud rain god Indra. Mira remains an indebted slave of our invaluable savior Giridhar, who always delivers the seekers. O mind, lovingly touch thy deliverer's lotus feet. Sacred, smoothing, soft as the lotus are these feet. They relieve one of all agonies. Meditating upon his feet, Prahlad attained the position of Lord Indra. Taking refuge at his feet, Dhruva was ever protected. By these feet was tamed the serpent Kaliya, who was threatening the cowherd. Such are the kind feet that held atop the Mount Govardhan, humbled the proud rain god Indra. Mira remains an indebted slave to our invaluable savior Giridhar, who always delivers the seeker. Chapter, the Advent.
Swamiji, what is the difference between Puranas and Mantras, Swamiji?
Whenever virtue declines and unrighteousness prevails, I manifest myself as an embodied being in order to protect the good, destroy evil, and to establish dharma. For this, I am born in every age. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyurthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya sadushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. This was the solemn promise made by the Lord, and for this he incarnated himself in the city of Mathura as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. 5,000 years ago, the city of Mathura was ruled by the tyrant king Kamsa. He was the chief of the tribe of the Yadavas, who were made up of many different clans like the Bhojas, Vrishnis, Dasaras and Andakas. He was reputed to be the incarnation of the wicked demon Kalinemi, and his action proved the statement. None of the Yadava chiefs dared to say a word against him, since Kamsa was known for his atrocities. In other parts of Bharatavarsha, also there seemed to be an upsurge of wicked rulers, due to which there was an upsurge of unrighteous behavior for as the kings as the subjects. The earth was groaning under the weight of their iniquities. Unable to bear the load of wickedness any longer, she is said to have taken on the form of a cow, approached Lord Vishnu in his divine abode Vaikunta. She reminded him of his promise that he would incarnate himself whenever righteousness declined. So be it, he said, I shall incarnate myself in the city of Mathura, in the clan of the Yadavas, as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, to whom I have made a promise in another age that I would be born as their son. Pleased by this assurance, the earth started to prepare herself for the advent of the world Lord. The stage was being set for this mighty drama. All the lesser gods and celestial beings took birth in the Yadava clan in order to be ready to welcome the Lord and participate in His Leela or playful exploits? For what reason would that unmanifest being want to manifest himself except to delight in his own playful exploits? The celestials knew that this was to be the supreme culmination of all his incarnations, a tremendous play of the divine, clothed in human form, inexplicable, mysterious as nature herself, yet simple and easy to love as the flower, which can be appreciated even by a child, yet full of a deep and inner meaning to be interpreted by the scientist, the seer, and the sage. So also the Lord's life, when looked at with the eyes of wisdom, will reveal to us not only the nature of the universe, but our own nature, for He is none other than the self within us. Certain paragraph we will read it again, so that the theme makes some dent in our mind, Please